Hello everyone, I'm Tim Binning. I'm the wheelchair track coach for Arizona Disabled Sports, and I'm here with Challenged Athletes Foundation today to talk to you about the equipment used in wheelchair racing. Now, athletes competing in wheelchair racing have many different disabilities. They may have cerebral palsy, they may have a spinal cord injury, they may have a birth defect such as spina bifida, but the one thing they do have in common is they all use the same equipment. A racing chair such as this is the primary piece of equipment for wheelchair racers. Let's take a look at some of the elements of this racing chair. We're going to start with the main tube. Everything is built off of the main tube. This is where the athlete sits. It's called the cage. The chair we're looking at here is a U cage. The bar forms a U in the front, and the athlete kneels in this type of chair. The back tires, you'll notice, have this push rim on it. It can be called a push ring. It can be called a hand rim. It can be called a hand ring. It's all the same. They're aluminum. In this case, with these carbon fiber discs, they bolt right to the wheel. This is the propulsion unit. The athlete will strike those push rims to move the chair down the track. Each of these aluminum push rims is coated, either a rubberized coating or a tire, which is what this chair has. Use contact cement and adhere that to the push rim. It will last you probably a full season. In the front part of the chair, we have our front wheel, which is basically for stability, but it's also the wheel that steers you around the track or on a road race. It is connected to the steering handle. The steering handle really doesn't come into play for wheelchair track, but it certainly does when you're road racing, especially if you're going downhill and you've got some speed built up and you want to be able to steer your chair in one direction or another. The piece right below that is called the compensator. The compensator is the most important piece on the chair if you're competing in wheelchair track. It holds the wheel in an arc so that you go around the track, you can continue to push, and you don't have to worry about steering continually as you go around. When you come off the turn of the track, the athlete will hit the other side, locks the wheel straight. So as you're going straight down the track, you can continue to push. You don't have to worry about steering. Each adjustment has a bolt on either side. This bolt can screw in or out depending on the curvature of the lane you're using. And maybe you've set it so that it curves a little too much. You can turn it in and adjust the amount of turn that you have. At the front of the chair, attached to the steering column, we also have a brake. You can use the brake to slow your chair down. Generally, we like to tap that instead of jamming it down and completely locking that front wheel up. Because on a track like we're at here, you completely lock the wheel up and it slides along this sandpaper-like surface and wears the bottom of your tire right off. So if they just tap and slow down, they can also put their hands on their push rims with their gloves on and slow themselves down that way. That's the racing chair in a nutshell. There are other pieces of equipment that we use in wheelchair racing. Every racer should have a helmet for safety, and they also use gloves. The gloves, be it this soft mitt type, have a rubberized coating on them. When the racer is wearing that in a fist-like position, they hit the push rim with the thick rubber coating. The rubber-on-rubber contact creates enough friction where their hands don't slide and they're able to generate force, which moves the chair. That type of glove is preferable to some athletes. There's also a 3D printed glove that they hold like this, same rubberized coating, and it's essentially the same motion. Some people just like the freedom of having their hands available to them. And those are the pieces of equipment that we use in wheelchair racing.